Alrighty, quick little live stream here. We've got a new token that's just launched, M3M3, and also Hulk Tour Girl, spit on that thing. She's launched a meme coin as well. It has not gone well, but this M3M3 thing looks very, very cool. So send in your questions as we go through this. This is related to Meteora and meme coins launching. So this is an impromptu live stream. Sorry for the lack of notice, but I think it's going to be worth it before I get some sleep. So everyone knows Hulk Tour Girl, right? She, like part of a team, she would have been advised, whatever. She went and launched Hulk a token. So it wasn't on Pump Fund. This is a vanity key, meaning it's been grinded out for a couple of minutes to make Hulk. And for whatever reason, however they decided to launch this was a cluster fuck, a proper cluster fuck. And it's just dumping on the core community for sure, like properly. I'm very pleased that I wasn't aware that it was happening today, because basically this is what it looks like. One wallet or one entity controlling 90% of the supply. Hawk has been actively distributed, more likely to early investors or supporters. So maybe whatever. I'm not going to speculate on stuff. Just 96% of the supply in one cluster, meaning that just been dumped on. A lot of hype around this. So out it goes, kaboom. And then, wow, if you like, this happened to me before with a couple of tokens back before, like when snipers would jump on chain. But you hate to be in this first bar. And in these first 10 minutes, if you bought there, and so I did see a couple of tweets, you're just down like you're down 80% and just immediately. Anyway, so Hawk, spit on that thing. I'm gonna stay away from that. You do what you like. Okay. Meteora. So Meteora's gone ahead and they've produced a new way to transform the meme coin vibes, the meme coin PvP versus PPP. So this is introducing M3M3, pronounced meme33, apparently. So we'll go through it quickly. This looks properly cool. Obviously, there are so many meme coins that come out. Pump.fun makes a whole lot of money, and everyone else basically loses out. It's completely rubbish, to be perfectly honest. The only good thing about it, and that no, it's just mostly rubbish. And it's just like you rug or your long-term growth, whatever. I think we understand this. So what they're trying to do here is that create this different game theory model based on 3.3, which is, this was something that came about in the previous cycle from Olympus. And this particular token, which was on Ethereum, has all-time high and an insane price. You had to kind of be in the know to even know what was going on. And then obviously people started to unstake and it went to, well, it didn't do very well. But basically, the most powerful thing is to just stake your tokens, and then there's, if you just sell them, that is the not so good. This is kind of the game that people make. So I mean, it's new and it's pretty exciting, and it's currently trading in a range, which is why I'm bringing it up. But in order to get fees with M3M3, and I don't know everything about it, just enough to wet your whistle. The more you stake, the more you earn, which is cool. And only the top stakers share in the fee rewards. If you unstake your tokens, you must wait before you can withdraw them. And the swap fees earned from locked liquidity are stored in M3M3 as fee rewards for stakers, etc., etc., etc. And it's a staking flywheel, and not just for DGens, but for launchpads too. I still need to work out more about it. The official Twitter is we are M3M3. This is their contract address. They've got a Telegram, and they're still airdropping right now. So it's actually trading this in this beautiful range, and we could check out the bubble map for this, and it looks relatively fine. So they're airdropping to power users. I don't know what who is a power user. I am clearly not a power user. I haven't got anything yet. Maybe I'll get something, but I don't think I'm a power user anyway. But there are some people that have been doing really well. I saw Renji, Chartfu. He got something pretty decent. Let's have a look. 51,730 staked, printing $228, 164. That's just one of his, maybe he's combined all of his wallets. I didn't need to download anything or enter seed phrases to claim it. This is obviously a dig at Magic Eden's token, which is claim process, which is a little bit confusing. But Magic Eden, I think, very bullish, just a bit confusing. So you need, if you're good at DLMMing, this is probably an opportunity. We're going to do it in the next part. But for now, I'm just going to show you what you have to do. I've gone ahead and just swapped some random stuff in one of my tutorial wallets. And then you come here to m3m3.meteora.ag. Once again, I still need to work out everything of how it goes. Like, will future launches, will they accrue value back to the M3M3 token? Is that how it kind of works? I think so. You can't actually mint a token yet. It's just this is the first stage. So you come here. If you've got an airdrop, you can sell it or you can go and stake it. Remember the 3-3 vibes? I went and bought some. I got nothing. And then you have to stay in the top 999, which makes it a major gamification. This maybe should be a little bit higher, but you can, if you launch your own meme coin or token, you can change the parameters of this. It could be like the top 5,000 or whatever. I'm not doing very well. So I went and bought some more. Go and stake this. And well, I can still quite easily be pushed out. So what I did, there is like a 7-day unstaking, and I don't even know how to unstake right now. It doesn't seem to be anything. So now I'm 759, but of course, need to be careful. So still new to this, but there's a lot of there's a decent amount of TVL locked in this liquidity. So probably not going to crazily print fees, but it is in a range. It is actually in a nice range. And this is a dynamic pool. This is not a DLMM. So we could go and deploy as a bit of a sample. And once again, for this sort of stuff, jump into free fee printers Discord. Some people are printing with it, and also follow Token Guy. I'm not sure if he's jumping in on it. All right. So CC2 Ventures, he got a significant airdrop, 34,000 tokens, and then a few other ones like $700. And I think he's just been DLMMing it. Yep, put it into a DLMM. So that's kind of that's doing well for him as well. And this is a nice little reward. And if you're not using Meteora, you should be using Meteora. Now, before we jump into a few things and like enter into a DLMM, let me see if there's any questions that anyone has. No, I don't think so. It is with this one. I just think they've gone for a different style and whatnot. Looks like Croak. Look, if snipers get in early and then dump on you, yeah, you get destroyed. I like Token Guy. I hope Croak does well. And I have no idea. I mean, remember, sometimes things take a little bit of time to gain ways, but we won't talk about that. They took your idea for a thing for a meme coin. M3M3. Well, you had plenty of time. Bullish Ohm. Yeah, no chance at all. It's not rubbish, and it's coming. And this is the thing. This is probably the vital thing. Back in 2021, there was it was really hard to understand what 3-3 was. And when you manage to work it out, you're kind of too late. And then there were lots of memes coming around. You start to see like these 12-year-olds doing like YouTube financial advice and stuff like that. And it was funny because they were like talking about Ohm and whatnot. They got it. They got it. It was like, I mean, obviously it went up and then just collapsed. And it was trialed on multiple different blockchains. It happened on Solana with Invictus DAO. They had like the owls, and it happened on BNB. It happened on AVAX, Polygon, etc. So it isn't like it's risky is what I'm trying to say. Not financial advice, but it's risky. It isn't rubbish. It is coming back harder, and that's potentially true because it's like memeable, it's funny, whatnot. Was the unlimited money glitch answered? No, but I remember you asking me in my notifications. So let me just read your question again. So let's have a look here. I'll be honest, because I don't think many will say it. I love the idea of M3M3 and PPP, but crypto is a small place with very rich. But in my opinion, the smaller people will not benefit from this once it catches wind. Maybe not. But like this would be, the first. It's a change in the meta. If you see how it goes with Pump.Fun, they make hundreds of millions of dollars, and then the meme coin creators, unless they hold their bags, they don't. It's the incentivization is wrong. I'm not even sure Meteora's got the best solution here. I just think it's a better solution. So that's what I think they're there. An infinite money glitch? No, there's no. Yeah, I mean, the only way that it's worth your time is if you can stay in the top 1,000. Otherwise, it's just. I think the core thing is use Meteora, get your Met points. Like, who knows if you're going to be airdropped other cool stuff like this in the future. Got another comment on the fact that let's have a look at some of these just here quickly. M3M3 was poorly launched, great time, poor planning, only power users got a drop, but they got everyone to share their posts. No comments from the team about anything. Yeah, nah. Quite, it wasn't on my radar either. And this is, likely the case, but it doesn't, right now it's in this range, it's dropping a little bit. So you do have to be mindful here. These are kind of bigger candles, but it is dropping a little bit. There's more of an airdrop going out. Yeah, it's certainly, I'm not saying go and buy this or anything. I'm just saying they've done it. It's kind of cool. It could always be done better or more comms or whatever, but it's people engaging, people are interested. I think that's kind of what the major thing is. Where did I put I've lost it. Go notifications again. Yeah, anyway, that's just 3-3. That's kind of how that works. So a couple more questions here. Should you focus solely on Camino using Met pools or just use Meteora? You've got a couple of options. Camino, if it's just like Sol and Jito Sol or Sol and USDC, and you want hands off, you've got a real life, you're busy, you don't have time to lock into these sort of things. Meteora, if you've got time to like properly jump in, like, Token Guy does like 6 hours a day. He prints. Fee Printers Discord is great for that. Or Hawkfire if you want to jump in, but also have stop losses set up and take profits to exit a pool and convert back to Sol. They're your 3 options. I got crushed by snipers on Aptos quite a while ago and destroyed probably one of the biggest launches. And it destroyed. Yeah, like snipers hurt things. Unsure how it went with Hawkfire, but yeah, very true. Dupe Airdrop Season 2 will happen January 2025. January 2025, end of January. Let's just have a look. I haven't covered Pancake Swap's Pump.Fun thing. Didn't know it was a thing. There is like Gra Fun on BNB. I have some Met pools on Camino, but should we be using Meteor solely to get the drop? Was that the same person or was that someone else? Sorry. Yeah, it's the same person. I answered your question, but use them both for sure. Okay, final thing, then let's actually DLMM and see how we're doing. We'll have to look at if we're in a range. Maybe it's worthwhile, maybe it isn't. Either way, like, it's firmly on my radar here. So I think Sol's biggest meme coin issue is the difficulty with adding taxes. It can foster more sustainable stuff. There's some pretty cool things that like a project that I'm looking at right now, doing a little bit of early research that can potentially do well here, except the massive moat of Pump Fun is insane. Like even Deck Screener with Moonshot does not claw much attention despite being Deck Screener. It's nuts. Okay, let's go in DLMM and we'll see if we enjoy it. We'll see if it's worthwhile. Remember, if you're new to DLMMing, that's fine. You don't have to do this. What you can do instead is just like Sol and USDC start with very simple things, or Sol and Jito Sol. You're not going to print crazy fees, but yeah. So on this is a different wallet. I don't have any M3M3 staked. The biggest ones are massive. As I mentioned before, there is a dynamic pool, which is going to attract the vast majority of the liquidity. And I don't know if it's worth looking at like 5. I mean, this kind of gets, it's just going in like a kind of a perfect range right now. However, having said that, there is so much liquidity and the volume has dried up. So this is an action. Unfortunately, this means that you don't want to DLMM it right now because the volume has dried up too significantly. Token Guy has like a rule of like 500,000 or so, and then there's huge amount of liquidity means not really that good. But I'm just going to show you just for the sake of it, because I think it's kind of cool. So connect our Solflare wallet. Solflare's my wallet of choice. I initially knew that Memecoin Mint was like part of Meteora, and it was this, and I was like, okay, well that's helpful, but like kind of not exciting. So M3M3 really took me by surprise, which is really cool. Pools, DLMM. So we should be able to find it in here, M3M3, and we can jump into here. Another option, as I've mentioned, is go to HawkFi, and if you search for a token, you see it right here. If this 24-hour fee based on the TVL is like 50, 60%, something quite high, then it could definitely be worth jumping into. Like you look at Void, I don't know much about this token, but that kind of juicy thing, that would be worth kind of potentially jumping into. Right now, there's so much liquidity that unfortunately, it's changed. The dynamics have changed. It is not worth DLMMing this necessarily, other than for the exposure. You got Hawk and Sol. If this is the real Hawk Sol, if this is now in a range, it could be worth DLMMing that. But that you can use HawkFi like itself, or you can just use it to see what APY is it doing. It's not completely accurate. There's quite a few variables that go into it, but it's still pretty cool. So like M3 Sol, you don't want to just go just based on the one with the highest TVL, 24-hour fee over TVL, because 5%, no one's going to use that pool anymore. That was maybe like a bit of a launch pool. 5%, maybe 2% would be okay, but yeah, it's kind of dropped a little bit. So now I'm going to unfortunately stay away from it. But if you knew about DLMMing, you could jump in if you want to, or if you know, if it picks up again, if tomorrow it starts to pick up, you start to see this going well, or if in fee printers they start to print, then brilliant. Otherwise, maybe most of those gains have kind of gone initially in the first hour of this kind of happening. So sadly, I'm not going to show you DLMMing, but let's take a couple more questions. And just in general, I think this is very, very cool. With another wallet, I've gone and bought enough to put me in like the top couple of hundred. So hopefully I get an airdrop. Apparently airdrops are still going out as well. Unsure once again on the power user status. Let's see if there's any questions, then we'll finish up. This is not related to this, but good work with Koi. Magic Eden airdrop. I think Magic Eden is going to be massive. They're not going to just do NFTs. They're going to do as many things as they can. They were heavily invested by VCs, like $130 million worth of funding. So they're going to do well. But I'm probably not going to get many because, yeah. And I don't know. PancakeSwap, I mean, they've managed to survive the bear market, but I don't necessarily think they're going to do terribly well over on BNB. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Any last questions, let me know. When it comes to like learning DLMMing, it's lots of fun, but fee printers is definitely the best place to kind of get your questions answered. And yeah, there's no point in me entering into M3M3 right now, because even though it is in this nice, beautiful range, for whatever reason, I don't know how it's just staying here so fantastically. There's too much liquidity for us to make any proper gains that are worth the risk to reward ratio. Thanks very much for joining, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's video. And I will not be going to Istanbul just because I've just too busy in real life and I don't travel very well. I get jet lagged. I'm old. Yeah. That's all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll monitor this when I wake up, and I'll put any more information in tomorrow's video. Cheers.